For 45 years, something built by human hands has been falling through the darkness beyond our world. No crew, no voice, no destination waiting ahead. Just a machine, drifting farther from Earth than anything humanity has ever created. Voyager 1. Right now, while you sit here watching this video, that tiny spacecraft is over 24 billion kilometers away from home, and yet somehow it still speaks to us. Every signal Voyager sends takes nearly an entire day to reach Earth, a whisper crossing the emptiness of space at the speed of light. And the strangest part? Voyager is blind. Its cameras were shut down decades ago, forever. No more photographs, no more final glimpses of home. Only silence. But what if we turned them back on? What would humanity's most distant explorer actually see? To understand that, you first need to realize how lonely Voyager truly is. Long before smartphones, before the internet, before most people alive today were even born. Voyager began its journey. In 1977, humanity launched 2 small spacecraft toward the outer solar system. At the time, nobody knew if they would survive the mission. Space beyond Earth was still mysterious, dangerous, unexplored. And yet Voyager kept going, past Jupiter, past Saturn, past the giant storms and frozen moons of the outer planets. It saw worlds no human eyes had ever witnessed before. Volcanoes erupting on Io, lightning storms larger than Earth. For the first time in history, humanity wasn't just imagining the cosmos. We were seeing it. But Voyager's greatest photograph was not a planet, it was Earth. In 1990, from billions of kilometers away, Voyager turned around one final time and captured a tiny beam of light suspended in the darkness. A pale blue dot. That tiny pixel contained every human being who had ever lived, every empire, every war, every dream, every person you have ever loved, all of human history, compressed into something smaller than a speck of dust. And then the cameras went dark, not because Voyager failed, but because humanity had reached a difficult truth. There was nothing left to photograph. The planets had disappeared behind the spacecraft. The sun itself had become just another bright star in the distance, and power was running out. Voyager survives using a small nuclear battery slowly dying in the cold of space. Every year, the spacecraft loses more energy. Engineers had to make sacrifices. One by one, systems were shut down forever. Eventually, the cameras were sacrificed too. Humanity chose to keep Voyager alive, instead of allowing it to spend its final years taking pictures of darkness. So for decades, Voyager continued forward blind, crossing the boundary of the solar system itself, entering interstellar space, a place no human object had ever reached before. And still, it keeps moving. But imagine for a moment that we turned the cameras back on today. What would Voyager see? Not complete darkness. That's the strange thing about space. Even this far away, the sun still shines. To Voyager, sunlight would look brighter than moonlight on Earth. But the solar system itself would barely exist anymore. The planets would be invisible dots, swallowed by distance. Earth, completely gone. Even the constellations in the sky would still look almost identical to ours. Because despite travelling billions of kilometres, Voyager has barely moved on the scale of the galaxy. That's how enormous the universe truly is. If Voyager wanted to see the stars shift noticeably, it would need to travel for thousands of years more, and it will. Long after humanity is gone, Voyager will continue drifting between the stars, silent ancient, forgotten. Inside the spacecraft is a golden record, a message from Earth, sounds of rain, ocean waves, human voices, music. Proof that somewhere, on a tiny world orbiting an ordinary star, intelligent life once existed. Maybe no one will ever find it. Maybe Voyager will wander the Milky Way forever, unnoticed. But perhaps that was never the point, because Voyager was never just a spacecraft. It was humanity's attempt to touch the infinite. A fragile machine carrying the curiosity of an entire species into the dark. And maybe that's why the story feels so haunting. Because Voyager represents something deeply human. The desire to keep going, even when no one knows what lies ahead. Right now, as you watch this, Voyager is still out there, moving through endless darkness at over 60,000 kilometers per hour, further from Earth with every passing second. And one day, its final signal will arrive, a last whisper from the edge of the known universe, then silence. Not because Voyager was destroyed, but because the universe is simply too vast for even light to hold on to forever.